Hey, everybody, welcome. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to be here. My name is Patti Dobrowolski. I'm going to be your MC for this event. The Pillar Business Applications faster than you ever thought possible and simpler than you can imagine. Now, okay, so first off, before we begin, I'm a live illustrator. So what's true is I'm going to draw this entire time, but I want you to draw with me. And most of us, we think our drawing skills suck. So I'm going to give you a little demo. So first off, get a pen and paper because there's going to be some prizes for drawing. So here we go. Get your pen, get your paper, and first put your name. Where are you from in the chat? Where are you from? And hands up. You know, you can put a thumbs up, a clap. You can do a smiley face or frowny face is not there as an option, but put things up there if you're ready to draw. If you've got a piece of paper, we've got Phoenix in the house, Minneapolis in the house, people from Kansas. All right, I love it. Okay, got your paper? Every thumbs up, got your paper. Let's do this. So we're going to be drawing a lot of things today having to do with SAP and Pillar. So we want to be able to draw some boxes. So I want you to do a rectangle first, and then a triangle, and then a circle. Everything in the universe comes from these basic shapes. So as I'm drawing and you're watching me, just know this is what I'm going to be drawing from. So do those. Let's turn this into a building just by adding some windows on it, and this into the old house that we're going to have to move out of in 2027 when we go to the new platform. And here, let's turn this into a sun because we've got one in the right of the picture. And I'd love for you right now to draw a selfie. And they're the hardest things to draw, so let's do it. First, you start with your hair. And then you put on a chin and your ears. And then an eye is just a parentheses on its side, a nose and a big smile. Put a circle around it, put a little body on it. And if you take a picture of it with your phone and put it in the chat, we're going to give you a gift card. Come on, I'm telling you, it's going to be so fun. So get that going. And now I'm going to move this out of the way because we're warmed up and we're ready to go. So let me take us through our agenda. So today I'm going to share, everyone's going to share with you the market trends and directions by some of the most interesting people in SAP. We're going to share Pillar's exciting news, and we're going to let you talk and meet each other in this platform, which many of you have already done. So a couple things. I've already showed you how to use these comments. Please put things in the comments box. It is so much more interactive when we exchange with each other. Now, our agenda has changed a bit due to a customer's illness, so that was going to share their story. But here's what's going to happen. Vaidya Aiyer from the CEO of Pillar is going to kick it off for us, and he's going to talk about the powerful vision of the future for SAP business modernization. So this won't be your run-of-the-mill thing because I'll be drawing, we'll be exchanging. There's not going to be some slides and a big deck for us to scroll through. After that, you're going to get a chance to meet the industry and hear from the industry experts panel. This is going to be hosted by Paul Kurchina. He's just amazing. And then Alina Perfileva, she's our expert, our mentor, and she's also really an avid ABAPer. I love that. I think that we should call it ABAP because she's Perfileva. And also she'll be joined by Deepa Salem, and she's just an amazing business analyst. So that panel, we're going to hear from them. And after that, we're going to jump into some networking with each other. So you're going to meet your old friends. You're also going to reconnect. You're going to win prizes and have some fun. And it may be strange, but if you've never been in this platform, it's very real life experience. So you always got to remember camera on, mic on. And even now, you'll see there's a general chat up here, right? And if you click the general chat, you can put things in here, but there's a place for you to do a Q&A in here as well. So you want to use that to put in any questions that you have. Now, after we have this networking experience with each other, we're going to jump into 2 breakout rooms where you'll see a live demo of both the low-code platform that you're familiar with, as well as the newly announced application suites. I can't wait for that. But now, without further ado, I would like to introduce Pillar's CEO and founder, Vaidya Aiyer. He began, as you know, his SAP career coding in India. And then in the mid-90s, he came over and he started as an ABAP developer in SAP R2. You know, we're talking about the mainframe of days of SAP, right? And he graduated to subsequent versions of SAP in various technical roles like data warehouses, integrations, manufacturing solutions, and focusing on business domains like supply chain, oil and gas, manufacturing, and related industries. In his prior venture, he experienced firsthand the complexities and the challenges of the SAP custom development. And I know that myself because I have been an illustrator in those rooms trying to help it make sense for the employees. Let me just say, it's tough. And he set out to solve the problem by simplifying the complexity with this low-code, no-code platform designed for SAP organizations. I can't wait to hear what you have to say. Vaidya, please come up, put your mic on and your camera on, and let's go.
Awesome. Thank you, Patti. I understand that a lot of people are dialing in from different time zones. You mentioned a few cities. I just met somebody from Pakistan, from India, a couple from Europe. So good morning, good afternoon, and good evening from wherever you're dialing in. And a big, big hearty welcome to IN 2022. Now, we started this event last year to really launch our new low-code, no-code platform. But we had such an amazing response over the last 1 year where people actually started asking, okay, when are we really hosting it again? So we had no choice. We had to actually make it an annual affair. Patti back come in, and we are going to share what we learned from you in the last 12 months, what challenges we all are facing, and really share what's next and what's new.
I can't wait. I mean, last year you announced your low-code platform, so you're offering something different, yes?
Yes and no.
Okay.
No, because our low-code, no-code platform is the centerpiece and the core offering. This platform, we spent tons of man-years in building this. And it really is built for the future to support any business use case and really give our customers the maximum flexibility. So that is not going away. It is going to stay here for a long, long time, right?
I'm so glad because I was scared you were going to take it away. It was so impressive. So
but
I just can't wait.
Just to answer the second part, the yes part, which is we are launching something new as well. So we are launching something on top of it, which I'm honestly, personally very excited to share about.
Oh, that's going to be fantastic. Now, before you start to share about that, which everybody's on the edge of their seat, I know, I would love for us to kind of reel back and for you to talk about some of the challenges that the customers have been facing. And let me capture it up here.
Awesome. So let's start with the challenges that everybody has been facing for the last 12, 24 months, right? And I think the one that hits us close to everyone in this room and beyond is really the talent and the resources shortage. And that is across industries, nothing specific to the SAP ecosystem, but obviously we have direct impact as well. The other thing that we have heard is collaboration, especially when you're kicking off projects. I mean, when you're coming together for blueprinting, for user acceptance testing, this work from home and return to office. I think it's all in a flux, which is a challenge. Supply chains, we all know about it. That is a lot of changes going around. Supply chain for a lot of companies is still a mess. We are trying to, fix that. But coming to the technical side, technical debt is a challenge that we still often hear. I was just 10 minutes ago, somebody mentioned technical debt to me. That dream of a clean core is still a distant dream. I believe a lot of people are making progress, but still a lot to be done. And every customer that we speak to wants to squeeze more out of their assets, rightly so. And as for migration, that's still top of the mind. 2027 is a deadline that is looming.
Yeah, this is a big deal for people who are really, that's what I was referring to earlier when I was talking about moving into that new, modernization. So, so how's that different? Some of those issues were pre-pandemic. So what's different about the issues post-pandemic or while we're in it?
Yeah, I think we are still coming out of the pandemic. We just thought we are post, and then we know lockdowns in other part of the world and other things, right? But that is, I would say, three issues that hits us close to home. The first and foremost, is the supply chain, right? I mean, I myself and all my customers and everything that we have done, we generally operate in the supply chain domain, movement of goods, services, people, all of those things. So I'm using supply chain as a broad term, and that really stands out as a big problem. Um, Compared to last year, there has been a 14% increase in the supply chain cost and 33% over the last 24 months. What we see some of the customers doing and what they're talking about is really moving from this supply chain efficiency to supply chain resilience, which means moving from a global supply chain to a local first, right? So that the goods coming in time and other things, and that brings up some changes in the processes, in the systems, the way we do things, and that is a new challenge that has to be met, very, very quickly.
Yes, I could see that. I mean, I see that in the stores when you go in. It reminds me of Hungary post-wall coming down. You'd go in there, and one day the shelves would be filled, and the next day empty. And also, not just that, but when I go to a restaurant, sometimes they're short on staff.
And you bring up a good point, which again hits us home. The second and the third issue that we face, which is the shortage of staff, right? The attrition and the talent shortage. I believe attrition is still hovering around 30% in this country, and SAP is obviously no exception. I was reading an article over the weekend which said that all the senior executives said that about they're not able to adopt about 64% of the emerging technologies because of shortage of talent and shortage of bandwidth. And that is huge, right? And it's as close because the whole low-code, no-code is part of the emerging technology paradigm. And compared to 2 years ago, only that was just 4%, right? Only 4% is where they could not go to the emerging technology. So there's a huge difference, and part of it is also that contributes to this is the technical debt. We all have built custom applications over the years in this SAP space. It is all accumulated over the years. We all want to move to S4 HANA or moving in that direction, but the technical debt is holding us behind. And more importantly, it holds behind the brain trust, the talented, skilled people who are focused on keeping the lights on instead of innovating and moving forward, right? And that is why I'm super excited today. Everything that we have done, Patti, till today in this company is customer driven. We have never done something because we wanted to do it. And we are so fortunate to come and, I get this opportunity to announce this new pillar accelerators today, which is really going to address these three challenges.
Yeah, that's fantastic. So is what you're offering, something you're offering today, going to give people a way to improve their supply chain and solve their SAP issues and innovate to help them handle the talent side? That almost sounds too good to be true. Is that reality?
It is a lot, I'll admit. I have an amazing team to come up with really innovative solutions, and that makes me very, very proud of what I'm going to announce today, right? So we want to offer these companies, all the enterprises, an alternate and efficient way to fill the process gaps. If you think about it, SAP or any out of the box application will fill certain processes and then the business needs some other processes, and there is always this gaps that needs to be filled. It is filled by either custom applications, that means the IT department has to really build it in house, or you go and really buy some third party applications, right? But we want to be able to address these gaps between out of the box and what the business needs, right? We want to be able to address these gaps very, very quickly with significantly less resources. Really don't have to worry about the talent shortage. We don't want to add any technical debt, zero technical debt. And by the way, it should fit 100% to fill in those gaps, really fit in those customized needs, right? So what we're launching today is the Pillar Accelerator. And the Pillar Accelerator is an out-of-the-box, yet 100% customizable solutions for the supply chain, which will give companies a very quick and efficient way to modernize, mobilize, digitize their business process, and so on and so forth, really irrespective of where they are in the digital transformation journey, right? And there is tons of applications planned for this year, but we are kicking off with 3 this year, today actually. The first one is goods movement, which is very, very critical. It's pretty much used by every company, if they're moving goods, right? Internal or external, right? And this goods movement suite that we're launching today really comes with like 16 applications. It's not a small, application. It's actually 16. It covers, receiving goods, issuing goods, stock transfer, and other things. The second suite that we are launching today is this warehouse management suite. And again, it covers all the warehouse management scenarios, even distributed warehouse management. In addition to goods movement, it will include physical inventory, pick, pack, ship, door and load management, and so on and so forth. And the third suite that we're announcing is the asset management suite, which will include work order notifications, work order management, time management, inspections, checklists, stock overview, and so on and so forth. And these are not just regular mobile or web apps, but you're getting a solution that is built on our low-code, no-code platform. Excuse me. I'm just excited over here.
That is so incredible. So how is this different from what you've offered in the past?
So this solution suite is built on our local no-code platform. It's supposed to be extremely fast. Now, if you realize, we so far have offered this amazing local no-code platform before, right? And granted, we are doing something unique with this whole transformation of code, transforming ABAP applications and everything using our Lego blocks and everything. Now we are taking it a step further. We are taking it a step further with packaged applications built on top of the platform, so that you get the benefits of our low code as well as the benefits of these applications, right? Now, as I said earlier, to fill in these custom gaps, customers have got 2 choices. Either they build custom applications, ABAP, Fiori, in the olden days, enterprise portals, WebDyn Pro, whatever it is. But then you are responsible as an IT department. You're responsible for maintaining these applications. It's on your dime. You have to manage it. So anytime SAP is upgrading the next time, it's really your responsibility to manage it. Or you go and buy this third-party shelf applications. There is really a lot of third-party applications. But if you want to customize and fit into your needs, again, you are going to go back and write code and customize it, and it goes in circles with this technical debt, right? Now, contrast this to what we're offering. This is an application built on our local no-code platform, and that means it gives you, some benefits, tons of unique benefits out of the box. First and foremost, this application will fit 100% your unique needs. It's just a matter of moving a few Lego blocks around to make it happen. In fact, we will even come and customize it for you, right? You don't even have to worry about learning the platform and then doing it yourself. We have a team, and we will customize it for you. And what you get is this solutions which is fitting exactly into your what you need. The second and the most unique factor, Patti, and we are totally unique in this universe, in this world, to offer this, which is if you have custom logic in your warehouse management or asset management in ABAP, or wherever you've already invested in the last few years, we can actually pull that custom logic out of your ABAP code and infuse them into these applications. So we are not, really redoing anything. You're not really starting from scratch. We are really taking your legacy investments, taking that logic, and infusing into this application so that it fits into your process 100%, right? And you can even take it forward. And this is
Yes.
added totally unique in what we offer over here, right? In this whole process, it's like hitting two birds with the one stone. We are pulling that code out. That means you're enabling a cleaner code. Even though if it is ECC, whether you're going to do a brown field or a green field, does not matter. It is going to
Yep.
enable a cleaner code. And these applications are already compatible with S4HANA. So you don't have to worry about these applications when you're doing the migration to S4HANA, right? Now, zero technical debt, which means these applications are built on our platform. So when we are upgrading the platform, these applications gets upgraded automatically, right? Because these applications are built using a Lego block. So tomorrow when we come up with a new version like ECC to S4HANA, we have a new version coming in. When we upgrade the platform, these applications are automatically upgraded. You don't need to worry about this. It's really on us to upgrade the platform. And by the way, you're not your talent can move on to do the new innovative stuff. They're not stuck in keeping the lights on. And needless to say, not a single line of code to be written, right? Not a single line of code. So we literally are the only company. Patty, you asked what's so different and unique, right? We literally are the only company that provides this out of the box applications that can infuse your legacy logic, legacy investments into it using our
Yeah. I love that. That's so fantastic. And I think that's going to make people really optimistic about the future with it. So I would love to hear, and I bet you our listeners would love to hear some examples of why and how people have actually implemented some of these solutions.
Oh, there is tons of examples. I'm
Okay.
going to keep it specific to the applications we are launching. So the one that comes to my mind is a large manufacturing plastics manufacturer, Toray Plastics. Before we met them, they had the typical warehouse, people moving, pallets and goods from one place to another, using forklift, people walking on the floor, all of those things, right? We went in and we were able to assist them in automating the full warehouse. So today the forklift drivers have got an iPad on their forklift. They get to see when they pick up a pallet, they get to see what it is on the tablet. It tells them where to go, which door to go, which loading dock to go, which door is open, which holding area to go to, pick up from what area. So all of that is automated, and all the driver needs to see is in the tablet, pick this pallet, go to this place, drop it, go to this place, pick it up and drop it over there, right? And it has not only improved the productivity like crazy, but it also has reduced the safety concerns, right? The near misses, the OSHA concerns and other things. So there is this health and safety aspect to it, as well as the productivity increase, right? Another customer I can think about, wine warehouse. If you're in the West Coast, you already are using them actually if you buy wine and if you're a wine connoisseur. They basically provide this, high-end imported wines to different places. And everything that they do in the warehouse, whether internal or external, right? So moving the wine racks and the boxes in the warehouse, or even delivering it, and when they're delivering it, take the empty kegs, for example, and bring it back, to the warehouse. All of those applications, all of that processes is actually managed, by our platform, right? Another example, great example, Brown-Forman or Jack Daniels. So when you make bourbon whiskey, one of the key factors over there is the barrels in which it is stored has to be made out of white oak wood.
White oak.
Yes, white oak wood, which is made only in North America, right? And the barrel is so important to the process because without that, it is not a bourbon whiskey. And then the barrels, after the whiskey is taken out, is given to the Scotch manufacturers for them to keep the Scotch whiskey into these barrels. So these barrels is like extremely important. Now, all of this process of going into the woods, procuring the logs, scanning it, quality control, negotiating with the vendors, moving the logs into the mills, making them into barrels, in the cooperages, filling, all of that is really done by our platform, right? So we handle the full process. And by the way, there is no connectivity in the deep forest and other things. So a lot of offline capabilities. And this new solution offers a very modern experience to them. They use on new devices. On the back end, Brown-Forman is able to move from ECC to S/4HANA without having to worry about these applications. And just one more, which is a little different industry, construction industry. Villara, again, great company. They have all of these people doing, construction. And we have a construction boom now, right? There is not enough people over there. So you have all of these people, doing construction, residential construction in different sites. People have to, you have to allocate work to the people. There is electricians, there is concrete pourers and different skill sets, and you have to capture time, and you have to make sure they take the lunch breaks in time. You have to follow the state laws. By the way, we also work in places with no connectivity, right? So we were able to automate this process to an extent where on the payroll side, it's, obviously there's benefits at the site level, but on the payroll side, they could reduce their processing time from, I think, 3 days or with 2 people to, literally 15 minutes with like 1 person, right? That is how much productivity. So amazing productivity.
Wow, these are such amazing examples of how, we're talking about time saving, we're talking about accessibility, somebody who's able to be in the middle of the woods and scan that in and have all that data be there in their rugged devices. I love that. Moving things around and just managing some of the manufacturing issues that are so critical to people. So I wonder, I have to continue to draw everything. I bet we have some questions from the audience. So I'd love to see it. Did anybody put any questions in here? I'm going to open my Q&A. You can too. Let's see. Here's one. Here's a question. Our processes are quite complex. If I take these app suites, will I need to train my team in order to customize the apps to our needs?
No. So first and foremost, to customize the needs, it's basically Lego blocks. Our platform is built on scratch from MIT. You literally move the Lego blocks to customize, and that is a demo from Dan later on where he'll show the platform, and there's a demo from Kapil who's going to show the application. So I would highly recommend for you to go and visit both the demo booths, but you don't have to do it. If your needs are complex, we can actually customize it for you, right? You don't even have to learn the platform. We'll actually customize it. We'll give you these applications out of the box, which is 100% customized to your needs. And obviously, during that process, you can learn the platform so that you don't have to pick up the phone and call us every time you need to change. So it's totally up to you. But you don't have to learn the platform to actually deploy the applications. Great question.
Yeah, fantastic. All right. And then there's another question. If I use your warehouse management on ECC and then I migrate to S4, what changes will I need to make to allow them to work?
So the way our applications are designed and using the platform, we connect to both ECC and S4 using what we call as a plugin. And it's, by the way, certified for both. So the short answer is you don't have to make any changes. We have customers who actually move their core process to us in a side-by-side configuration before they go to S4 so that they actually don't have to touch it when they go to S4. So that's a big value proposition. We guarantee that anything that works in ACC will work in S4 unless SAP deprecated certain objects, right? I mean, even if they deprecate the certain objects, we'll go and make the tweaks and use the new objects. So you can be assured that whatever works in ECC will work in S4 as well.
Okay. And then what I have a question down here. What exactly needs to be done in order to implement it? How flexible will it be for making changes in the future? Mohit asked this. And what about interoperability with other systems?
So let me answer the first question. And the second question, you said interoperability with just interoperability? That was the
With
question?
other systems, yeah.
Oh,
With
that's
other
it. Okay,
systems.
cool. So in terms of future proofing it, and again, I would highly recommend for you to look at the demo so that you will actually see it in action. It is extremely easy to make changes. It is totally future proof. No matter what SAP versions you use, really don't have to worry about it. In terms of interoperability, we actually work very well with a tons of systems. It could be any database applications. It Salesforce, it could be Workday, it could be really any applications, even your legacy applications like .NET, Java, so on and so forth. We work with single sign-on. So we really are meant to be embedded into our IT fabric. It's not meant as a standalone application. It really is supposed to be weaved into your IT fabric with whatever applications you have. And we have done that so many times. In fact, I cannot think of a single customer where they did not want us to weave into their IT fabric. That really is a core value proposition for us.
What I love about it too is, and just even seeing the demo from last year, it's really such a simple Lego system that you have in there, so that it really solves a lot of your problems by the way that it's been established. It really is no code, low code. So now, if we're looking, one more question, if the business process we're looking to modernize is not included in the current apps, how complicated is it to create new apps?
So we have tons of new applications coming in. So whatever business process you're thinking about that is not in these three apps, let us know. We have other applications coming out as well. We'll be happy to accelerate it. But if it is not part of three applications, you always have the platform, right? It is still hours and days to build a new application, not months and years. It is still 20 times faster to build any custom application. Our sweet spot is really addressing custom and complexity. That is where we really shine. So if you have a complex custom process, which is not out of the suites that we're offering, which we totally expect, let us know. I mean, we really shine in that.
Yeah, fantastic. That's so great. Now, will you tell us now, before we go and hear from our expert analyst panel, will you tell us what is the offer today?
So what we are really offering is this pre-built applications on top of a very flexible platform that the applications can be customized, but more importantly, it can suck your custom legacy logic, your legacy investments, and infuse into these applications, right? That is the uniqueness of it. There is really three ways to get started. One is, as the question before, if you have a unique complex requirement, you can use the platform. Simple. We'll build the application for you. So platform is one starting point. If you have a need in warehouse management or asset management or goods movement, we have pre-built applications, right? So you can definitely get started on that. You can, if that fits in your needs, fantastic. And the third way is really to put them together, right? So you can take these applications and infuse your custom logic or any other things from SAP and put them into this application so that they're 100% fit for you. And by the way, there is no technical debt, no time needed to deploy really quickly and all of those things, right? So that is what we're really offering. And to make it really real, Patty, today we are doing this limited time offer for everybody who has dialed in to get this goods movement application suite for 500 users, right? 16 applications for 500 users for just $10,000 a year. Simple. You don't have to worry about anything else. No infrastructure cost, no professional services cost. None of those things. If you want to try it out, honestly, this is like a sweet deal. You should definitely.
That really is 500 users with a 16 different application suite to help manage all the goods movement, and all for 10 grand. I mean, that is a sweet deal. Whoa. Thank you so much. And thank you for covering all of the challenges in the industry. I know that what I love about it is that I just know that as we go forward, the new challenges we're going to face, you're going to come up with solutions for them. So I feel confident that those people that are panicked about 2027, that we're just going to make it easier and easier to meet that goal and move into that modern future. All right, so thank you. Anything else you want to add before I turn it over to our esteemed industry panel?
Well, I'm very keen to jump into the panel. And for everyone, please feel free to move around. There's an amazing networking event. Come and talk to us. And then don't forget the demos. They're simply amazing.
Yes, thank you so much. Thank you, Vaidya. Thank you. All right, so now we're going to join our esteemed industry panel. And the first prize that we're going to give out today really is for the person who's going to guess the number of times that the panelists use the word applications in plural. So count how many times in your mind you think, you're guessing in advance, how many times do you think that they'll use that word? Put it in the chat. And then when we come back, we're going to give you a prize. And that will be so fantastic. Okay. And here's what you're going to win. You're going to give an Active 5 device if you guess correctly. And that's a fantastic workout tool. So it's a device. Okay. Oh, one other thing I forgot. We're going to also raffle off an Oculus. So then you can create an Oculus, and we'll create some NFTs in there together once you get your Oculus. So after the networking, that's when we're going to do that piece. So I see people are putting their numbers in here. I love it. Wanda thinks 250 times, 260 times they're going to say applications. All right. So just know that raffle is going to start at the end of the networking. Put your numbers in there. We're tracking you. I love it, Curtis. 80. I can't wait to see who's going to win. Well, first now, let me just please turn it over to Paul. Okay, Paul, take it away. Esteemed experts. Thanks so much, Paul. Oh my gosh, that was so great. Didn't you guys think? I loved when they got into the conversation about code, no code, is it marketing? What is it? And also this point that Vaidya brought up about businesses sometimes just throw technology into a black hole because they don't really have a business imperative to achieve it. So, wow, that was so great. Thank you so much for that. Now, we have a great opportunity to transform this space into a virtual ballroom, literally. So if you joined us after I talked to a little bit about how to use the platform, just know that up in the right-hand corner, there's a place. You can see mine's a little drawing of myself, but that's a profile picture of you. And so you want to go in there and add your profile data in there, your LinkedIn information, and then we're going to push you out into the main floor so you can network with people. As soon as you show up at a table, mic on, camera on, because you're automatically going to be added to a group. Please be friendly in there and share what you've learned and what you find. And then anytime you want to change where you're seated, just simply click on an open chair somewhere and move over there and start a new conversation with a new group. Remember, mic on, camera on. And if you have any questions about the platform or anything, I'd love for you to go to the Pillar table. They'll be there to answer any questions that you have. We'll have about 30 minutes and then I'll bring you back. And that's when we're going to do the Oculus raffle. And we'll also tell you who won that device. I can't wait. Okay, everybody, let's send you out into the networking floor. Let's go. Mic on, camera on. Thanks, everybody.